preparatory effort outdoors to make the U.S. Olympic team.
The sport of track and field is all about determination and meeting personal goals. UC Irvine's own Charles Jock is getting very close to a big goal of his own.
I've always, since my senior year of high school, I've had this goal of making the Olympics, and I had an idea of what I've had to run to make the Olympics, but honestly, I hadn't prepared myself for having ran that fast as a junior.
Charles currently holds a personal best in the 800 meters of 144.67, which is well within sight of the current world record of 141.09. To put his speed into perspective, our director of photography, Logan, decided to join Charles during a workout. After just 50 meters of a 500-meter run paced much slower than an actual race, our point was already clear. And looking back, Jock's success is no surprise. He's always had a gift for speed.
It's pretty funny because I've always been fast. Like in elementary school, we played this game called Sharks and Fishes. So when I was a shark, I was able to catch all the fishes, and when I was a fish, none of the sharks caught me. So I've always known that I've had some talent for speed, but at the time my mindset was running. Who runs for fun, So it wasn't until high school. So high school, my sophomore year. By then I'd been playing basketball for about 6 years. I had just recently quit playing soccer my freshman year, and the track coach got me out there, convinced me to give it a try. Personally, he said, "This will get you ready for basketball season." So I was much more likely to do it because I thought, well, get me ready for basketball season. Now I realized that I was a little talented, but it was, that wasn't my focus. Then my junior year, I made state in track, and that's when my eyes opened.
Coming off of a great performance, it was at this point that Jock began to focus all his attention on becoming one of the best 800-meter runners in the world.
I ended up winning state, and then I ran well in Nike Outdoor Nationals. But during that time, I started really becoming a student of the sport. I started following track and field times. I started following athletes in the sport, and I pretty much became a track nerd, for lack of better words. But it wasn't until I watched the U.S. trials, the U.S. Olympic trials in 2008, and the Olympics in 2008 that I really started thinking, that could be me in 4 years.
Track and field takes a major toll on the athlete's body. By the time the year's most important competitions come around, it's not just a matter of who's fastest. It's also about who's the most resilient to a full season's wear and tear.
Finishing third at USA's last year and making the national team for Daegu. At that time, my body was completely tired. I didn't think I had it in me. I was starting to doubt myself a little bit. So I had a full collegiate season. I ran multiple fast times, and I was starting to feel it. My body was feeling heavy. I felt like I was 80 years old, every morning when I woke up, and it was tough. But that meant a lot to me because that really brought everything in perspective. Like that really made me believe that I can make the Olympic team this year. So I don't have to do anything different. All I have to do is place top 3. And the experience was awesome. I mean, I didn't run as well as I wanted to run, but the experience was priceless. There's no way of replicating that.
Getting to know Charles a little better, it became clear that his incredible work ethic was highly influenced by his family's determination and sacrifice to create a better life for future generations.
My parents immigrated here from Sudan, but I was personally born in Ethiopia. So they went from the town in Sudan to Ethiopia because at the time there was a civil war in Sudan. There was mass genocide, and the government was killing a lot of people and taking over town. So my family, my dad led my immediate family, my cousins, and just people in the town into Ethiopia where I was born. Then they had to go back to kind of take care of my grandparents and stuff. But they found a way out of Sudan. My dad was a political prisoner at the time, but we found a way out of Sudan. They came here, I was about 2 years old, lived in Texas before we moved out to San Diego where I grew up. And my dad became a dentist, and he was going to school to be a pastor. But we didn't really have too much growing up, you know. Everything we gained, my parents made sure we had to work for it. So they kind of instilled hard work and, you know, motivation and determination. So, you know, having to work for everything and seeing what my parents did, you know, to get us out of Sudan, and how little they had to work with, and what I have to work with now, just I feel blessed.
While Jock's work ethic has gotten him a long way, at the elite level, everyone is putting in a hard day's work. It's his mental edge that truly separates Charles from other talented runners.
Track and field is 90% mental. So your mental state affects how you're going to perform. I usually visualize my race. You know, I think what I want to do, where I want to be at a certain point in the race, and what I want to accomplish, what time I want to run. And after I visualize those, I just kind of forget about the race. I don't think too much about it, and I just, you know, go through my regular routine and warming up and, you know, going out there and just doing what I already visualized myself doing.
For a truly committed athlete, discipline extends beyond the workout. A healthy diet is also a critical element of meeting goals.
No, I'll eat what I need to eat to make sure that I have, you know, the proper fuel in my body, that I'm not running on fumes for, you know, the last part of my workout, and that I can get through the whole workout. You know, it's all about eating smart, and, you know, that's hard sometimes because you go out with friends and, you know, everybody's ordering this and that and this, and you're like, no, I got a race tomorrow.
Both on and off the track, Charles is clearly different from his peers, and the increasing recognition and critical acclaim he's receiving are things he's still getting used to.
It feels odd that all my friends that are seniors, you know, see me as just normal old Charles, you know, and all the freshmen, sophomores, you know, juniors see me as this really fast guy, you know. It's still pretty hard getting used to it. You know, I feel like everything happened kind of quick, and I think I still see myself as just Charles, you know. And it's I find it a little funny when I go to meets, and, you know, there's people coming up to me. It's like, hey, I want your autograph, or, you know, I was like, why do you want my autograph? You know, it's definitely kind of weird. My goals for the season, I think I can break the collegiate record in the 800, but that's a secondary goal. The first goal, first and foremost, is make the Olympic team. The way I see it is, my coaches have prepared me the best they have. I mean, the best they could. I prepared myself the best I could, and, you know, if it's uncertain, you can't worry about it because you don't know about it. So leave yourself some mental stress and just, you know, do the best you can with what you have.
Through his entire journey of setting new records, achieving a level of fame he never imagined, and getting closer each race to the 2012 Olympics, Jock remains grateful for all he's achieved so far.
You know, you won't always have what you have, and you just have to enjoy it while you still have it.
Good workout, guys.
Thanks, guys.